is represented by
Leonard Amukodie.
and
Abuaji Adams Elias.
Mount Mary is represented by
We see Aaron.
and
Mate Clifford.
St. Joseph is represented by
Sayyid Abdul Jalil.
and
Abdulgani Abdul Jalil.
good luck to all the contestants and let the battles begin. So now we move on to round 1. The science spectrum part. This is in 2 parts. The first part, you'd have questions from agricultural science, physics, chemistry, biology. A major question is worth 3 points, and a bonus is worth 2 points. You have 2 attempts for a major question and 1 attempt for a bonus. A bonus answered wrongly, half a point goes to the other school. You have 30 seconds for questions that require calculation and 15 seconds for questions that do not require calculation. Now the second part, you'd engage in a lab practical. You have 5 minutes to do this and answer questions based on that. Are we ready? St. Joseph B, I'm starting with you. So to the agricultural set of questions. So this goes to all the schools. You classify the following insect pests as either piercing and sucking, biting and chewing, or boring and hole making. For this set of questions, you have only 1 attempt. So you classify the insect pest as piercing and sucking, biting and chewing, or boring and hole making. You have only 1 attempt. St. Joseph B, capsids.
Capsid is a hole making insect.
No. Okay, so a bonus to the other schools. Sacred Heart.
Sucking and piercing insects.
That is correct. Now, Sacred Heart, your major question. White flies.
Sucking and piercing.
That is correct. Mount Mary. Armyworm.
Boring and chewing.
That is correct. That brings us to the end of the agricultural set of questions. Now to the chemistry set. This goes to all the schools. You'd state the systemic names of the following binary compounds. St. Joseph B. Li3N. you state the systemic name of Li3N.
Lithium nitrate.
That is lithium,
Lithium nitrate.
lithium,
Nitrate.
no. Yes, Sacred Heart.
Lithium nitrite.
That is correct. Lithium,
Nitrite.
I would get, no. Compared, yes. So the bonus was wrong. So now to the physics set of questions. Hey, so okay, so Sacred Heart, your major question. States the systemic name of ALN. States the systemic name of ALN.
Aluminium nitride.
That is correct. So please so that I can hear you clearly. Mount Mary. CaC2 states the systemic name. CaC2.
Calcium chloride.
No, CaC2. You have another attempt. Sacred Heart.
Calcium carbide.
That is correct. So that brings us to the end of the chemistry set. Now to the physics set of questions. This is a preamble for all the schools. A boy of mass 60,000 grams climbed to the top of a 5-meter tall tree. If acceleration due to gravity is 10 meters per second squared,
$3,000 joules.
I haven't asked the question yet. So now the questions. St. Joseph B. Calculate the force acting on the boy at the height.
$3,000 joules.
No. You're calculating the force acting on the boy at the height. You have another attempt.
30 Newton.
No, that is incorrect. So a bonus to the others. Mount Mary.
60 joules.
No. So it's 600 Newton. The force is the, right? No, I'll explain at the end. Okay, so Sacred Heart. Calculate the potential energy of the boy.
3,000 joules.
That is correct. Mount Mary, your question. Calculate the work done by the boy.
$3,000 joules.
That is correct. So the force is the mass times the acceleration due to gravity. So 60 times 10, which is 600 Newton. So that brings us to the end of the first half of the first round. So now we move on to the hot lab part. Okay, so I missed the biology part. So now the biology set of questions. St. Joseph B. What is a food web?
A food web composed of food chain linked together.
That is correct. Sacred Heart. What is predation?
It is the process whereby predators feed on their prey.
I'll give you another attempt. Try.
Predation is the process of hunting.
I didn't call you. Yes, Mount Mary.
Predation is the process of hunting, killing, and feeding on other organisms for food and survival.
That is correct. So I didn't accept your answer because you are basically just using the words to answer it. I want an explanation. Are we okay? Okay, so that brings us to the end of the round. Hey. What is a prey?
A prey is an animal that is being attacked and killed by a predator. A prey
Another
is an
sense.
organism that is being fed upon by another organism for food and
So that,
survival.
I'll take that. Okay, so now to the hot love. You are going to observe certain chemical reactions. And with the reaction, you need to record whatever change occurs. So there's a sample of powdered calcium carbonate in front of you. You have a spatula, an empty test tube, and then a beaker containing dilute tetraoxosulfate 6. So you fill the test tube with calcium carbonate. Then you'd add on the sulfuric acid. And then you record the change that occurs. And after you answer the questions, are we okay? Relax. Is everybody ready? You have 5 minutes. Start. your sheets. Time up. I'll write it. So you were to record the observation immediately after you add the sulfuric acid to the calcium carbonate. So you'd see that you had bubbles forming with a gas coming out. So the gas was colorless and odorless. You needed to state that, and you needed to state that it became hot. So when you do all that, you get 4 points. Then the second question asked whether the solution in the test tube was hot or cold to touch. So if you answer that correctly, you'd also get 2 points. Then writing the balanced chemical equation, you do that correctly, you get 4 points. So at the end of the hot lab round, St. Joseph B had 4 points. Sacred Heart had 7 points. And Mount Mary had 9 points. At the end of the round, St. Joseph B had 7 points. Mount Mary had 20.5 points. And Sacred Heart had 20.5 points. So you have a 2-minute break. So there's a substitution for Sacred Heart GHS. So Leonard is moving out for Joshua to come in. The substitution, I'll need you to introduce yourself.
My name is Joshua Owusu and
Okay, so we move on to round 2. The math wheel round. So this is also in 2 parts. First part, you have questions from the various topics in mathematics. 3 points for a major question, 2 points for a bonus. For questions that involve calculation, you have 30 seconds. For those that do not involve calculation, you have 15 seconds. If you answer the bonus wrongly, half a point goes to the other school. Then at the end of that, we'll have the plain geometry exercise. You'd have 3 minutes to answer that. And that will bring us to the end of round 2. We are starting. So numbers and numerals. Sacred Heart, I'm starting with you. Simplify into bracket 0.0012 times 5, bracket closed, plus 0.0041, leaving your answer in standard form. You have another attempt.
1 times 10 raised to the power negative 2.
No. Mount Mary.
1.01 times 10 exponent negative 2.
That is correct. Mount Mary, your major question. Simplify into brackets 0.0025 times 4, bracket closed, plus 0.0012, leaving your answer in standard form. They rang their, sorry, stop.
1.12 times 10 raised to the power negative 2.
That is correct. St. Joseph B. Simplify into bracket 0.0008 times 3, bracket closed, plus 0.0078, leaving your answer in standard form. Simplify into bracket 0.0008 times 3, bracket closed, plus 0.0078.
One 1.0 times 10 raised to the power negative 5.
No. Yes, Sacred Heart.
3.18 times 10 to the power negative 2.
No. So it's 1.02 times 10 to the power negative 2. So that brings us to the end of numbers and numerals. Now to financial mathematics. Sacred Heart. The marked price of a dress is 25 Ghana cedis. A discount of 8% is allowed for cash payment. How much does Araba save by paying cash for the dress?
2 Ghana cedis.
That is correct. Mount Mary. How much will Asantwa pay for a gallon of oil which is marked to be sold at 60 Ghana cedis, but had a discount of 5% allowed on it?
Three cedis.
How much will she pay for the gallon of oil?
57 cedis.
That is correct. St. Joseph. A discount of 12% is allowed on a textbook whose marked price is 50 Ghana cedis. How much change will Peter receive if he pays the cashier with a 50 Ghana cedi note?
Forty-four Ghana cedis.
No,
6 Ghana cedis.
that is correct. So that brings us to the end of financial mathematics. Now to mensuration. Sacred Heart. A rectangle of length 15 centimeters has the same perimeter with a square whose length is 12 centimeters. What is the area of this rectangle? A rectangle of length 15 centimeters has the same perimeter with a square whose length is 12 centimeters. What is the area of this rectangle?
135 centimeters square.
That is correct. Mount Mary. A rectangle of breadth 4 centimeters has the same area with a square whose length is 8 centimeters. What is the perimeter of this rectangle?
$24 centimeters.
No. You have another attempt.
Eight centimeters.
Mount Mary, what did you say?
8 centimeters.
No. Sacred Heart.
40 centimeters.
That is correct. So Sacred Heart, I need to hear the bell that the time is up before you press the bell. They pressed the bell, so you thought it was the bell. So now if it's your major question, you don't need to press the bell. Just answer the question. Okay. Are we okay? Are we ready? St. Joseph. A triangle of base 18 centimeters has the same area with a square whose length is 12 centimeters. What is the vertical height of the triangle?
8 centimeters.
No. You have another attempt. A bonus to Sacred Heart.
16 centimeters.
That is correct. That brings us to the end of mensuration. Now to probability. Sacred Heart. In a class of 60 students, the probability of a girl coming first in an examination is 5 out of 12. How many boys are in the class?
35 boys.
That is correct. Mount Mary. The probability of picking a red pen at random from a total of 75 red and blue identical pens is 4 over 25. How many pens are blue?
$63 pence.
That is correct. St. Joseph B. In a fold containing a total of 115 sheep and goats, the probability of a goat coming out first on a particular morning is 9 out of 23. How many sheep are in the fold? No. You have another attempt. Yes, Sacred Heart.
45.
No. 70. 70. So that brings us to the end of the first part of the math wheel. Now we move on to plane geometry. You have 3 minutes. Start work. 45 degrees. So at the end of the round, Sacred Heart had 10 points. Mount Mary had 10 points. And St. Joseph had a point. So at the end of the round, St. Joseph had 4 points. Put your hands together for them. Mount Mary had 22 points. And Sacred Heart had 23 points. Now, round 3, the adrenaline round. So we have 2 parts, the true or false and the riddles. Questions in this round go to all the schools. And you attempt to answer the questions by pressing onto the bell. Hold on to the bell till I call you. I need to call you before you give me the answer. A correct answer to the true or false is worth 2 points. If you get the true or false wrong, half a point goes to the other 2 schools. And we have noticed from the other 2 semi-finals that it seems you are gambling. So I would have to finish reading the question before you press the bell. So a penalty will be given to anybody who presses the bell before I finish reading. For the riddles. So clues are given and you'd answer based on the clues. No, not for that doesn't apply to the riddles. It's just the true or false. So for the riddles, if you answer the question on the first clue, you get 5 points. On the second clue, you get 4 points. So the third and any other clue, 3 points. If you get the answer to the riddle wrong, you're out of the contest for that riddle. Are we ready? So when I finish reading the question, I would say true or false, then you answer. First question. One of the factors to be considered when choosing a site for vegetable crop production is nearness of the land to a lorry station. True or false?
True.
Do you understand? So now I'm giving a penalty to I'm giving a penalty to you. So marks will be awarded to the other 2 schools. So 1 point to the other two schools. Second question. So I read the question and then I start to say true or false. Once you hear me say true or false, you can answer. Like you can press the bell. I call you and you answer. Okay. Are we clear? So second question. On the periodic table, the period of an element represents the number of shells occupied by the electrons of the element. True or false? Sacred Heart.
False.
That is incorrect. So the answer is even wrong. So that's it.
Hello.
No, no penalty.
Please, please.
No. The third true or false question. When the velocity of a moving body is doubled, its kinetic energy becomes quadrupled. True or false? Saint Joseph.
False.
That is incorrect. Next question. The hardest tissue in the human body is the skull. True or false?
True.
No, that is incorrect. The last question for the true or false session. The percentage profit gotten on a commodity whose selling price is twice the cost price is 100%. True or false?
False.
That is incorrect. That brings us to the end of true or false. Now to the riddles. First riddle. First clue. I am a very essential metallic element. Second clue. My oxides produce alkaline solutions when dissolved in water. Third clue. I have a valency of 2 and found in the 4th period of the periodic table. Last clue. I am essential for blood clotting in animals and require vitamin D for absorption.
Iron.
No.
Calcium.
Mount Mary. No. What did you say?
Calcium.
That is correct. So I call you before you answer. Sacred Heart, you didn't do that. Mount Mary, you didn't do that. So I call you before you answer. So whilst you were still pressing the bell, I couldn't hear what you said. Second riddle. First clue. I am a waste removal process. Second clue. Sacred Heart.
Excretion.
That is incorrect. Yes, Mount Mary.
Ingestion.
That is correct. Third riddle. First clue. I am an important electronic component. Second clue. I am considered an enemy of the current in the circuit. Mount Mary.
Resistor.
That is correct. I call you before you give me the answer. The next time I'll deduct marks. Fourth riddle. First clue. I am a depletive agent of nature. Yes, Sacred Heart.
Soil erosion.
That is correct. Now to the final riddle. And that brings us to the end of this contest. So now, final riddle, first clue. I am a mathematical relation of great importance. Second clue. I show the pairing between members of 2 different groups. Yes, Sacred Heart.
Mapping.
That is correct. And that brings us to the end of this contest. Sacred Heart had 10.5 points. Mount Mary had 14 points. So at the end of the contest, St. Joseph B had 13.5 points. Sacred Heart had 54 points. And now Mount Mary had 56.5 points. Congratulations, Mount Mary. And see you in the finals.
Try to. Let us all clap for them. They've done well.